Looks pretty solid. We had a notable move over the weekend or overnight to the downside. And we have this sideways S formation first thing in the morning. We're decline, incline, decline. We went from resistance back to support, reverse went all the way back to resistance, reverse went all the way back to support. So sideways S formation also created a peak with a full retracement of that move back down right around the open. And then there's this Ace of Cups decline here. Aeon, abundance, into the science level. So important price level here in the last hour on a 1 month scale at least. We also have the full, although it's not on the timeline, so I'm not sure how to read it exactly. We'll see how it plays out, but there is correlation with the full card to the high significator for the month, which is the full card. It's possible that we have a highest high in here. But I think it's probably the cusp of tomorrow, really. In any case, we open lower. Pretty significant move to a high first thing in the morning off of an important support level that's important on like a 1 month scale at least. Pretty mixed day overall here. And the unicursal is important to point out, guys, tomorrow off of the high, the unicursal. There's a high here at the end of the day. There's the tower card here at the end of the day. Hey guys. Hey Tibrace, hey Robert, hey AV, hey Karthikeyan. Do I advise a long for tomorrow? No, definitely not. Based on the tower card here, I wouldn't do that. I think we open lower. And then there's this big move to the upside. If we get a decline here at the end of the day, because like there's the halting of a bullish trend, this purple correlation is to the Hangman card, which is the halting of a bullish trend marked by a sharp decline through key support. The Hangman card also correlates to the indolence to the moon. So there's an important price level here. And we decline pretty notably. So if we see the decline before the end of the day, then it might make sense to open, but probably not. I would say it probably, like if you opened up a long position first thing in the morning in the midst of this decline here, I would say you'd want to close that long position at this peak or crest here at the end of the day. This is probably the price level right here. What happened? Oh, I pressed the X. That's what happened. So I marked the science price level off with yellow, being that it's the sword suit, and from the standpoint of a 1 month, we should see that price level come up as well. China stocks are taking a breather today. Will they do well in August? Hermes, what are you trying to do here? This is where I work. Overall trend for general China stocks. Overall trend for August. What will the overall trend be for general China stocks in the month of August 2023? Significantly bullish. I got a big move to the upside, reaching for distant resistance. That's the Lust card. AMD. Oh, I know what you want. You want this. Right? Come over here. Have your biscuit. Have your biscuit over here. He had a treat on the floor he was staring at. AMD. So how will AMD's next earnings report come out? The most recent to come earnings report. What will be the results of the earnings? The Empress card. Slightly missing expectations, but future outlook looks positive. What will be the market's response what will be the market's move in response to earnings? Or what will be AMD's move in response to earnings? It's pretty moved. It's pretty erratic. We'll revisit a crest that was recently a past opportunity. So it may be that we revisit this crest right here. But it's going to be erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level. I kind of get the feeling it's this price level. Let's see if I'm right about that. And then there's that crest, so likely it's going to hit that crest. It's going to revisit a crest that was recently a past opportunity. So likely that 121.58 mark, but it's going to be pretty erratic, so be careful. Is it the 121.58 mark? Yeah, it's going to revisit that price. And Solar Edge. What's the ticker on Solar Edge? SEDG. Hey Miradula. Hey Senska. What will be the earnings result of SolarEdge's next earnings report? The science card. It meets expectations, and what will be the chart? What will be the chart behavior in response to earnings? It's going to be mixed again. Three crisscrosses back and forth through the same price level, and it looks like it confirms a bullish trend. Do I advise a long or short from here for BTC? Seems very choppy both sides. Oof. Okay, so that's it is pretty choppy. I would probably just hang tight on it. So we're probably going to see a lower price level than what we saw today at the end of the day on the 3rd. Might be the second or the 3rd, but we're going to see a lower price level, I think, than where we are now, or where we hit the low. So I would say probably I guess overall you could be to the short side and wait for this opportunity. We'll be rotating sideways along a prominent trough or low. Maybe the cusp of the second. But see, this rally here is going to be halted by a sharp decline through key support into a prominent trough. It may be that we've got the prominent trough already, but we're going to see the halting of this bullish trend marked by a sharp decline through key support. And then I think we probably see lower there on the cusp of the 3rd, 4th. And then on the 3rd, cusp of the 3rd, 4th, or somewhere on the 3rd is when I would go long and hold that long position until the 5th. Don't forget about that rule of karma, my friends. Hey, Joe. Long time, my friend. Good to see you. Are call options are good to hold through earnings? I forget, but whatever the chart behavior was, I'd go with that. I'm doing well, Joe. Hey, Carolyn. Will NFLX have a higher price level on the 2nd and 3rd? Yeah, so we were in oversold territory, moved to the upside. Yeah, we should see I mean, Netflix looks pretty bullish here in August. Um, but I think we might have a gap. Let me see here. So I think we probably have a gap down tomorrow morning with the big move out of that to the upside, and then sideways fluctuating decline on the third. Does the second end up being higher than today? Does Netflix end up being higher on the second than it is today? I got a yes for that. Does Netflix end up being higher on the third than it is on the 2nd of August, 2023? Ugh, I almost shuffled them backwards. It's sort of the same. It's mixed on the third. We probably see a similar price level on the third that we had on than to what we had on the second. What will be SPC's earnings result for today? The Knight of Discs, looking pretty auspicious. Whoops. Yeah, beats expectations with a bullish reaction. Boom. Do I think we could see the same July high or higher high tomorrow? Do I see SPY at 445 in August? And the question was, do we see 445 in August? I don't think so. Do we see 445 in August for SPY? We do. Towards the end of the month, I got the fortune card, and you can see the fortune cards right there. Will Google have a higher price level on the second and third? Oh, it doesn't look that way for the second and third for Google. What the heck? Oh, I see. So it looks like we see a higher price level on the second, and then we decline pretty substantially. On the third, we don't see a higher price level than the second, so we're probably there's a prominent crest or peak there, but it's probably going to be the same. Like we'll see the same price level there. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Um, Neither and both. Will AI stocks have a big pullback in August? Hey, Proof. I got a yes for that. Looks like a decline that increases with momentum. Let me just, what's the overall trend for AI stocks in August? Yeah. Yeah, so there's a trade opportunity here, significant trade opportunity in August for AI stocks. Star Atlas token. Is it symbol Atlas? So overall energy, one card pull for Atlas. I got the wealth card, so this is probably one that you want to figure out a good entry point to get in. The wealth card, significant. Um, will Atlas reach the same high price level as Axie Infinity? Yes or no? I got a no for that. Will NVDA and PLTR have pullback with the rest of the AI stocks. Well, NVDA pullback in August. I got a yes. Will PLTR pull back in August? I got a yes for that as well. Excited for SPC earnings. Question about Hex. Richard Hart is being sued by SEC. Wondering if Hex will have a higher high in the next bull run or possibly be killed by SEC suit. You like those? Is this gonna get killed by the SEC questions, Carolyn? Will Hex get killed by the SEC, or will it be ended by the SEC? I got a yes for that. Will Hex have a higher high in the next bull run? I got a yes for that too. There's a breakout. What, you want to go down, buddy? Okay, here you go. Yeah, so there's that decline there, end of day, right off of a high. And this should be a pretty notable decline here, gapping down tomorrow, or opening lower tomorrow. Continued decline in the pre-market, and then we hit an important support level on a 1 month scale at least here around the open. No wonder. Do you see 452.72 tomorrow? What do you want, buddy? You want to come back up? Yeah, it's going to be a pretty significant move. Hermes, what is it? What do you want from me? Why are you crying, little guy? Are you sitting on my keyboard now? Jeez. You want more of your treat? Huh? You want pets? FNGD? I wonder what that is. FNGD. Nothing? Nope. I'm not sure what that is. Hey, Conrad. Is it good for, is the science card good for the whole month? I don't know if it'll come in relevant again. If this ends up being a high here, which it might be for the month. Oh, that's Google. See, this was standing out as a high, so it might be that the high was there, and then everything's lower than that, or we see the high again here on the cusp of the second, third. Again, maybe it's the same high. What was the question? Oh, is it good for the whole month? Hard to say. But I marked it off because it might be. FNGD. Oh, I got you. Hermes wants a love reading. Hermes is sleeping again. What's the overall trend direction for FNGD in the month of August 2023? Whoa, big move higher, fast sudden move higher in FNGD 797. That's one I'd pop into probably. PLTR is one of the top AI. When I did the AI stock picker reading, should Sonia move to Deerfield Beach? I got a yes. What year would be the in the interest of her highest good? Try it like this. I'd say 2024 or 2026, 2027. Will EST soft? What's the ticker on that? Breakout of triangle in August. Yes or no? I got a yes. Yeah, triple. That's important to just let everybody know. the FNGD is a triple inverse stock, so you don't want to be sitting in that overnight. Like maybe you do if you think it's going to gap down, if you think the underlying stocks are going to gap down, then it's going to gap up. I would hold it overnight in a case like that, but I wouldn't hold it on a multi-day basis. I would do it as strictly a day trade or an overnight swing trade because it's a 3 times leveraged inverse ETF. They're probably one of the most speculative investment vehicles that you could put your money in the stock market. So be very, very careful of that. I'm not sure how to do that. So if I just put in the number, it should work. 7560. Right there. I mean, I got a yes. I just pulled another yes as well. Yeah, it looks like we have a significant move to the downside overnight in SPY, Conrad. Oh, okay, so we had this move back. That'd be back to science. So right at the close, we're having this move from resistance to support and then back to resistance while rotating sideways. So we should come back from this move to the upside. We should come back down. And then I would say we move pretty notably in the post-market to the downside as well as in the pre-market the following day. And we're going to meet a support that's important on like a 1-month scale at least. I wonder if it's this support right here. I would say if it ends up being the support here at 452, 50-ish, if it ends up being that support, well, we might still have a high side for the month there. It's hard. We're really close to the highest highs. If we don't see a highest high again, like we're really close to them. We either met it the day before August started, or it's like in the next day or so. So you could open up a long position in the midst of this decline around 1115-ish, or maybe even off of this high here. You could no, you could open up a long position in the midst of a decline here around 1115-ish to a trough there around 1130, 1140, and close that long position at the end of the day around the close. This is going to be a pretty big move here, midday to the upside, with a notable drop off of it because it's a cross-reading congruency. But it's going to get kind of mixed at the end of the day. And I would say you could probably open up a short position here at the end of the day in the last few minutes. Yeah, I would say you could open up a short position before we decline off of these price levels here. You could open up a short position around these price levels and hold it overnight. Mm. It might be risky, guys. It might be risky. I don't know. We might have a pretty big, like, depending on how big of the drop is, and we may not see a highest high at the end of the day tomorrow. Like, it depends on how big of the drop is. But there's a big move off of that drop to the upside at the beginning of the day. So, like, you might miss the opportunity to close that short. It's risky. Oh, thank you, Carolyn. All right, my friends. With that said, I'm gonna roll. Hermes is waiting patiently to go to the dog park, so I'm gonna take him there. Look out for a bunch of new stuff coming out. We've got all of the September readings coming out over the next 10 days. Unless you've got early access and then you've got access to the September, you've had access to the September readings. Um, and we've got some 1 years coming out for different cryptos. Baby Dogecoin. There's a 10 year coming out for Baby Dogecoin because we have somebody who just keeps asking me. It's kind of comical, so it's in the works. It's coming out pretty soon. And as always, guys, make sure to follow that rule of karma. The paid Discord is on the agenda. Yeah, it's just a matter of getting to it. But don't forget to follow that rule of karma, my friends. You do so here on the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, where we ask that you donate 5% of the profits forward to one of these charities through the click here links, and 5% of the profits back to the channel through the click here links as a thank you. Leaves you with 90% of the money left over. Make sure to spend it out of love. As long as you do that, the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold through this channel, my friends. I'll see you guys on the next one.